Welcome to the podcast, friends, where male perspective never ends.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Dawn. Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. That's right, folks. We are almost done. Quite amazing, huh? We are starting the final season. The final mansplanation begins here. Oh, boy. Alright, we are playing some Mario Golf here as usual. Got the Koopa Troopa that I'm controlling. We're at the Shelltop Sanctuary. As usual, 3 computer players on the old champ mode. Alrighty, let's get to it. So, as y'all might recall, Season 5 and Serena and June are on the train together, heading for Alaska. And friggin', oh boy. So it opens up and June and Serena are talking. They are safe at last on the train. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be safe for fucking long, because, yeah, that's what this show is all about. Hope. Yeah. So, Rain. Serena's trying to relate to her, and June just ain't having it. June is just like, bitch, we are not the same. What the fuck is your problem? You caused most of my problems, you bitch. June talks about she dreams of Hannah at the school. But June is still getting sick, but still not trusting Serena. It looks like her broken arm might be infected. Oh boy. And we head back over. We find Nick is sprung out of jail by the High Commander. Yeah, that wifey there has turned in pretty helpful for him. That's good. Let's see here. Says he's gonna have to apologize to Lawrence. Yeah, sure, I can do that. And then the High Commander drops the real bomb on him. He's like, yeah, my daughter's pregnant. I think I'll stick around for a little bit. Oh, shit. Nick doesn't like that. Oh. Let's see here. Back over to Serena and June. Serena's still trying, and June is still like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. Well, we find out the train has been diverted. Oh, shit. What is that gonna mean? So, then we go up. We got Mark and Moara. So Mark is basically saying, yeah, after that embarrassing shit where Gilead shot down the planes, we don't really have much in the way of a military left. The office is probably going to be shut down within a year. The Canadians are tired of dealing with us. Like, it's looking pretty grim for the old United States of America. Shit. Mark, though, mentions, or Mara mentions something at Jezebel's, and Mark says something like, nobody gets out of Jezebel's. And she's like, well, I did. Y'all might recall then. I was kind of complained about it because Moira was quite insistent to June that nobody escapes Gilead, and then she just sort of decided to escape one day. I mean, yeah, sure, she had to kill a commander or something, but still, it was fucking, like, really too easy for as much as she made it, but hey, still a thing. Alright. So, Serena's not really making friends on the train, as everybody's complaining about all the shabby treatment Gilead gave them. She's just trying to be all like, what God, you know, derp. So the doctor that's been checking everybody out pulls June to the side, and she's like, yeah, how well you know that bitch? And June's kind of playing dumb, like, not that well. And then fucking, like, yeah, I figured, because you wouldn't let her near your baby if you knew who that was. Pretty sure that's Judge Serena fucking Waterford. Oh, shit. So, the passengers on the train, yeah, they figure out who she is. And they're ready to tear her fucking limb from limb. But the doctor's like, hey, I already called the police. They'll keep you safe. Which is better than you deserve. Well, the police shows up, and the cop's like, no, I had a wife and a daughter. Would have been 11 years old. But they got stuck in Gilead. And you don't look a damn thing like Serena Waterford. Oh shit. Yep. Looks like the cop is not going to keep him safe. And it's going to let the train people do their thing. Of course, June. See, this is where June's kind of unlikable. Because them ladies was going to do the same fucking shit to Serena that June and all them other handmaids did to Fred at the end of season 4. But no, Serena, like, oh, no, we gotta save her. I mean, they wouldn't hurt the baby. I don't think they would have. You know, somebody would have taken care of the baby. Well, so June protects Serena. And in another, like, weird fucking thing, basically Serena jumps off the train with her baby, like in one of those chest carrying things. She somehow, she survives that. All we know is she jumped off the train. I mean, alright. But yeah, she survives. Because you would figure. And the baby survives. Like, I don't think the baby would survive that. I don't know. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, after Serena's gone, the crowd calms down, the train rolls on, makes it to Alaska, and June is reunited with her mom. Oh, shit. That is the end of episode 1. The season premiere. Alright. So, episode 2 opens right up. Serena. Well, she finds like a compound of churchy crazies. So, hey, cool. Good for her. Fit right in at home. And tell her, yeah, she's still in Canada. So, There you go. But they are a faith-based community. Oh. Back up in Alaska, Holly meets Nicole, the little granddaughter. And let's see here. We mentioned Holly can remove the tracker from her ear. I guess that's where it is. We finally get kind of a look at it. But June says she was not removing the tracker until the handmaids are free. Alright. Alright. Let's see, alright, so back. Oh, we do get a little bit more backstory on Holly as well. We're reminded of we saw the picture of Holly, or June saw the picture of Holly in the colonies, and one of the propaganda things at the Red Center. So she's like, how did she survive? She's like, well, a doctor is useful. You can survive by being useful. Damn, look at you. Maybe, oh, man, that's some friggin' bullshit. Alrighty. Alright, back in Canada, Luke is released. He's looking at months before his hearing. Oh, boy. But Mayday is looking for the commanders that shot down the planes. That's what they're up to. Alright, so we head on back over to Gilead, and Lawrence and Nick make nice with each other and apologize, and Nick gives him the heads up, hey, my father-in-law, the top commander guy, he's sticking around, so I have to deal with that for a little bit. Oh boy. Top commander guy, though, is wondering, where's Serena? You guys made her this ambassador to Canada, and she's supposed to be like a big part of your plan to bring them back, and what's the deal? And Lawrence, he's just like, well, I mean, the Wheelers were problematic, and, doesn't really want her back because she's troublesome. But apparently the top commander wants her there. Let's see here. Rita, back up in Canada, Rita mentions she might visit New Bethlehem. There's a chance that she might reunite with her sister. And then suddenly, bam, June gets a call through to Luke. And Luke gets to talk to Holly. He gets to learn that she's alive and that June's up there with them. And they catch up, and they don't get much of that. One call a week. Alright. Next up, Mark is meeting with Nick, and he's asking about patrols through these certain zones, and Nick is like, hey, I can only really do so much. He's like, well, you better do more, because we gotta do shit down here. We can't tell you what. But, oh, boy. So 2 months go by. Serena's back up at the thing. She's picking flowers. She's getting flashbacks to her daddy and how he's a preacher dude who thought the world was starting to suck. She was gonna fix it for him, apparently. Make the world all God again. And then we go back. We go back over, we see Nick and the High Commander. This is interesting, okay? We are in season 6, and the High Commander says to Nick, he's like, you know why we're called the Sons of Jacob? Because so many of us grew up without fathers. And it's like, you know, that is literally the second time in the entire series where this group, where the name of this group has been mentioned. I don't know. There's something kind of weird about that, in my opinion. Anyways. Our commander tells Nick make sure he's setting a good example for his son. Alright, back up in Canada at the God compound. The woman running the place lets Serena know, yeah, I do know who you are. You know, I'll still let you in. You're all God. You know, this is God here. We're good for that. Alright. And then Lawrence and Naomi arrive. And then at first the compound people are like, hey bro, this is Canada, Commander. You ain't got no jurisdiction here. And he's just like, hey, we come in peace. We just want to talk with Serena. Alright. Let's talk. Basically, Lawrence invites Serena to come to New Bethlehem, wants her there. The High Commander wants her there. And she also pointed out, you know, if the eyes know where you are, the Wheelers are going to know soon too. Back over up in Canada there in Alaska. Oh, June learns that Luke and Moira are stuck in no man's land. Oh shit. Yeah, they went in there. They were trying to get the name of those commanders that shot down the plane, but they have gone dark. Oh shit. June tells Holly about Nicole's father, Nick, and Holly is immediately like, what? You can't trust the driver? He was a driver, now he's a commander, you can't trust this motherfucker. Now look, again, I'm like, they are very selective about who knows what in this story. You know, there's a lot of holes like that. Like, again, so Holly knows about the hierarchy structure and how this goes and that the drivers are the eyes. I don't know. It's really, information is disseminated in a very weird way in this world of Gilead. Alrighty. Okay, so back over at dinner, we got a funny friggin' part there where Lawrence is supposed to say grace, but he don't know what the fuck to say because he doesn't believe in any of this bullshit. But then Naomi gets to say grace, so hey, there you go. Serena announces that she is leaving for New Bethlehem. Oh, shit. Then back up in Alaska. Oh, June is all like, oh my god, Luke and fucking Moira, they're stuck behind the lines in no man's land, and I gotta go in there and get her out. Cause that's what I do. I'm June Osborne. I do shit like that. Alright. And Holly's like, well, can you at least leave the fucking baby here this time? Yeah, sure, that's probably a good idea. Alright, finally, June did not make a really, really stupid decision, so good for her. I was fully expecting her to be like, no, the baby has to come with me to the evil sexist thing and stay with me so I can protect her, or something stupid like that. So, good for her for not being retarded. Alright. Oh, let's see here. Serena arrives in New Bethlehem, and June arrives at Mayday, and that is the end of episode 2. Shit. Oh, damn it. As always, folks, I'd like to take a second here, remind y'all to hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Hit all 3 of them. If you hit all 3 of them, I will give you my own personal thumbs up. Like, you probably won't see it, but, you know, in real life, I'll see it, and I'll be like, thumbs up to that guy for doing all 3 of them. Alright? Cool. Alright, let's get episode 3 started here. In just a second here. Alright, so episode 3 starts off. Mark and June are talking, and Luke's been missing for 4 days. There's a hole in one. Cool. Nick is showing up in the Bethlehem, and Serena is back there with Noah. Nick and Lawrence, Nick is basically the mayor of this New Bethlehem, and he meets the German ambassador. And the German ambassador is like, well, you know, I ain't got that much time for you, but I did want to let you know one thing. June Osborne's at mile marker 16. There you go. Alright. So Nick shows up to see June, and June tells her about, like, hey, Luke and Mara, they're behind enemy lines, and Nick's like, yeah, well, what the fuck? It's kind of an important day here, and I got, like, the High Commander living in my house watching me. Like, we gotta do this fucking shit. Fuck. Ugh. So Nick's like, alright, I can't divert the patrol, so let's just go get him. Alright, we'll go get him. And June's like, oh, yeah, great, I'll come with you. And of course, Nick's like, but, yeah, you're gonna come anyway, so screw you. Alright. plant for a housewarming gift. It was Naomi's idea. Good for her. Serena is like, hey, so do you even believe in God at all? Friggin'. Oh, let's see. Lawrence makes a friggin' reference to the Book of Mormon, the musical, which, that's like 2012. I am still super, like, see, stuff like this makes me very unclear about the timeline here. Like, so apparently the Book of Mormon was still a thing. Apparently the sons of Jacob were able to take over the United States despite the fact that this universe still had the fucking satirical power of Matt and Trey, the South Park guys. I don't know, man. It's just not realistic. All right. Alright. Lydia finally makes her appearance in the final scene. Final season. Aunt Miriam invites her into a door. And they are brought through a mysterious place where the Martha's faces are all covered as to not tempt the patrons. Oh my, where are they? Where are they? They are at Jezebel's. And oh my god, there is Janine. Oh, shit. And then on top of that, there's a whole bunch of girls there that all of them bore fruit for Gilead. What are they doing in this whorehouse? Oh, shit. Lydia is slowly being, she's like, I don't know. Lydia is apparently going to be playing the part of the character whose intelligence I have little or no respect for because, like, I mean, she's clearly really dumb because everybody knows about Jezebel's except for her, apparently. Does, like, she not believe the handmaids when they tell her about this? How does she know all this blackmail material but is shocked by the existence of this stuff? It's still insane, man. It doesn't make sense. Alright. Anyways. So we're back over to New Bethlehem. Lawrence is giving a tour. And let's see. People are starting to ask, where is Nick? Well, Nick is, he's out there with June picking up friggin' Luke and Moira. He finds them at some old park that's been abandoned. Oh, shit. Of course, Luke's going nuts. He wants to do more. He's had a little taste of, like, what June's been doing the last 7 years. And now he's like, man, I want to do more. Bam, tells Moira about it. Well, while they're talking, June shows up. June and Nick find him, and Nick meets Moira, like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, I remember you. You're the one that impregnated my wife, but, you know, you protected her too, so, alright, I don't really hate you, I guess. All right. So on the way out the door, they are approached by guardians. Nick tells them to get in the car. Nick goes up to the guardians. He's like, you know, they're like, hey, Commander Blaine, what's up with that? And he's like, hey, I'll take it from here, guys. And they're like, hey, we gotta report anything that we see, any rebel activity. And then off camera you hear bang, bang. And then Nick gets in the car and they drive away. Presumably he just murdered those two people. Oh, shit. Oh, so back in New Bethlehem, all the world ambassadors are like, hey, so we're sick of dealing with your refugees, that's for sure. But we also gotta ask, we can't send them back here if you're gonna just like murder and maim them or make them be handmaids and shit. So we got concerns. And that's when Serena gets up there and starts speaking. And she basically convinces him. She introduces Noah. She's like, yeah, I got this baby here from the grace of God and shit. And then on top of that, they show pregnant Rose. And the High Commander's like, yeah, we're doing a good job here. Good. Oh, fudge. Alright. First, then we get a little conversation between Lawrence and the High Commander. Lawrence is like, hey, this idea is working out pretty good. We're liking it. You want to maybe do some more of it? That'd be cool. I would like to do more of it. And the High Commander's like, hey, this is a great band-aid, but we'll see how this goes. We're not super interested in more of that. Alright. Nick now finally returns, and the High Commander's kind of like, yeah, where the fuck have you been all this day long? Lawrence covers for Nick, tells him, hey, tells the High Commander, yeah, I sent him out there. Nothing too big, but required his attention. I'm like, alright. Alright. Next up. Lydia visits friggin' Lawrence. And she pleads for Janine and her girls who bore fruit. But mostly Janine. She's like, what the fuck? She gave the two kids to this friggin' country, and like, now you're having her work in a whorehouse. Now, Lydia mentions econo women, and Lawrence is like, yeah, stained women, they're not gonna ever be in there. Stained? What? No, they did a service. So yeah, now Lydia's really starting to figure it out. But oh shit. Alright. So, June, Luke and Moira have returned to the other side. They meet up with Mark, who real quick tells Nick, hey, don't ever go dark on us again. And Nick is like, hey, yeah, first off, I got the High Commander in my house right now, so yeah, I will probably go dark on you again. Also, like, you ain't gonna knock me out because I'm no good to you dead. So, don't threaten me, bitch. Oh, June is told of Serena returning to New Bethlehem. June realizes Serena has evolved. Yeah. That is the end of episode 3. Alrighty, so number one, I gotta say, it is nice that we have finally met somebody who appears to be in charge. I also really wonder where the frig this guy has been for like 5 seasons. I mean, seriously, there's definitely been stuff happening that should have required his attention. There was like a trade deal with Mexico. There was like the waterboards in Canada. They just sent the Putnams up for that. What the hell, man? I don't know. I'd be like, yeah, why ain't the High Commander showing up here to be like, hey, be ashamed if we had to bomb you. I don't know. A lot of this does, that part of it really reeks of like this wasn't planned out. I am curious, like, you know, I do wonder if like at what point did the book stop and they started doing their own thing, maybe, but I don't know. I'll have to figure that out at some point. I don't know. I do like that Lydia, how she's slowly getting her life, you know, her thing figured out. It's pretty funny. Oh, boy. So she will probably, I imagine, well, I doubt she'll go full on hero, but she'll probably, like, not be so much of a bitch by the end of this. Well, alrighty, folks. If you are watching this on Spotify, this is probably gonna be it. Keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of dawn. And thus begins the YouTube version. Well, it doesn't really begin the YouTube version, but the YouTube version continues it. It's Dawn After Dark. Not really worth it to do a back nine edition, but definitely we can just have the end here. We'll finish it up. But we'll also probably have some breaks here in between. Alright. So some of y'all might have noticed there the Fortnite videos have not been coming out lately. Yeah, my PlayStation has not been recording right for some reason, so that's why that is. Look at Boo. Jeez. But also, I'll take a moment and rant a little bit about the stuff that I would be doing on there normally. Oh, we have checked out the Fantastic Four movie, and you know, after a lot of speculation and a lot of really low expectations, I got to admit, it was better than I expected. It wasn't great. It wasn't, no, oh my god, whoa, there was plenty to complain about. But, you know what? It was the best Fantastic Four movie that I've seen yet. That's definitely true. Look at that guy with his hole in one. You know? Now, like, so female Silver Surfer is a little bit interesting now, too. Because at first, like everybody else, I was like, why? Like, I mean, Silver Surfer is... It's a character whose gender has so very, very little to do with anything of what they do. And yeah, I get there's like, it's Shella Bob or whatever the fuck her name was. Literally, she has the exact same fucking story as Norrin Rad. And on top of that, like, I mean, they'll try to tell you it's not just a gender swap. Yes, it is. It is. They changed her name and the name of her planet, and that's it. And the gender, of course. But at the same time, Megan, Silver Surfer, a woman, it gave Johnny Storm something to do. You know, without spoiling anything, it gave him something to do. So, I kind of get it. Fine. Like I said, there were disappointments. It was totally self-contained. Don't expect any hints to the greater universe at all. Alexa, timer off.
1 hour timer stopped on bedroom.
Yeah. I have yet to see anybody state that this movie is woke, but boy, if I see a bunch of idiot left-wingers claiming that right-wingers are claiming it's woke, I'm just gonna be like, wow, like, shut up. Seriously, other than, like, the gender swap Silver Surfer, this is, like, the whitest fucking thing Marvel has done in a long time, so enjoy that. Plus, the Susan Storm got a real nice butt. And give her that. Oh, well. You've probably by now heard the Fantastic Four reaction, though. Forgot that I had that, but I don't forget exactly what we did. Well, this was more about, yeah. That episode should be out by now, but I'm also been way behind on shit. So who knows? I think I'd almost be done with this, but wow. The last hole, just like, everybody's gonna barely make par, probably. You gotta drag this one right on out. There we go. Look at this bogey. Alrighty, folks. Looks like that is gonna do it for Down After Dark. Looks like I kind of got my ass whooped here. Chat. Well, alrighty. Have to try something different next time. Alright, as always, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of tone.